Okay, so we're going to talk about the inverted narcissist, also known as the covert narcissist, and also known as a codependent. Now, it's sort of a new way of looking at it, but it is like an extreme codependent. Now, what makes these narcissists very, very unique, well, they're in a lot, in very high numbers, but is that they are not grandiose, overt narcissists. These are grandiose victims. These are people that are often, people that would even identify as the victims of narcissistic abuse. They are the most likely long-term partners of narcissists, of the more overt variety. Because these are people that preserve the most sensational degree of victimhood. A level of victimhood that is to be unquestioned and unchallenged. And so these are the people that are literally always full of drama. They become your friend or your significant other, or could even be a coworker, but these are the people that are always talking about their problems. They're always the victim. Now, what makes it unique is they will train you on how to interact with them, that they will become very sensitive to anything that questions their position as the victim that they are. Meaning that they want your compassion, your love, your sympathy, and your understanding, with the caveat that they do not want your coaching, your feedback, or anything that would question, the validity of their particular perspective. And they can basically create you to be the shoulder that they cry on, or they can be the victim to you. And so you got to be very careful. Now, the thing about them is that they will run you ragged. That these are people that will talk in loops. And the thing that may perplex you about them, that could be a giveaway, is that while they will be the biggest victims, like they can have the most toxic abuse cycle that you could ever imagine, but they will also talk about it in a way that is seemingly disproportionate to the severity that they profess has been afflicted, and as if they're gossiping. It could be weird in that they can attack you when you start to poke little holes. Like, for example, like they are having something horrendous happening to them. And it could be with a family member that they don't live with. And you'll just ask, well, why do you keep talking to your aunt? Ooh, trigger warning. Boy, that didn't go the way that you thought it would, did it? No. Or you'll be like, well, why don't you just leave then? And they'll be like, who's going to pay for the car? And so you'll find that the obstacles that they perceive to preserve their current state of epic victimhood in your world would be like the most minor of things. And it doesn't take much for them to feel stuck. And that's the bottom line, is that what'll happen is they'll get you indoctrinated in a relationship where you just listen. That your support and your sympathy and your compassion is what they're going for. That's their form of supply. The victimhood is how they get supply out of you. And so they act as if they need your help, your support, your understanding. They're calling to talk about what he did this time. Can you believe that he would have done this to me? And then you're like, well, we talked about this last week and it was the same thing. And then, and so you'll think you're making progress with them, but you're never making progress. In fact, every time you provide a solution, there's a new problem. Like they literally will keep inventing obstacles that will preserve their victimhood. And the thing about it that's really unusual is they have a PhD in being a victim. Oh, detailed accounting of just the extent of the victimization. I mean, they, as they grow older, will learn all the terminology, all the thorough understanding. They will bolster their victim story with advanced psychoanalysis even, so that they are ready, like that, to have a victim story pre-prepared for any given circumstance. At the end of the day, they are entirely not accountable and responsible for the ongoing struggles and turmoil that just keeps unfolding on a daily basis at the hands of everyone else. And worst case scenario is that you get indoctrinated into the villain position. Oh, it's really weird, because their form of supply is reactive abuse. Oh, they want to needle you. They want to get under your skin. They want you to be mean to them. And so they're going to do everything in their power to undermine you, to beguile you, to do all the little needling things, to just constantly just drain you of your life force and your energy, and that they will just become pitiful and irresponsible and inconsolable. And just the more that you dig in to support these people, the deeper the victimhood goes, until you are now the villain. That's right. The best case scenario for them is that they transfer you into the position of someone responsible for their ongoing suffering. That you will just be another cog in the long list of people that took advantage and didn't understand and didn't care and disowned them and got rid of them. And oh God, if they're a guy and you're a girl, look out. You will have adopted an orphan child that you did not know existed. And you will become responsible for everything from their adult education to putting gas in their car, to helping them take showers, to supporting their career advancement, to believing in them and providing the nurturing motherly role that was missing. But the caveat is they also need you to become super toxic so you can replace that malignant, controlling, domineering mother that invented this personality type. They are full of shame and guilt, all inwardly directed. That correlates to a need for them to be abused. That the abuse that they suffer at the hands of other people is their version of love. It means you care. It means that you care enough about them to want to hurt them and hate them and battle with them and argue with them and get into, provoking, self-accelerating arguments that are nonsensical. They want to destabilize you and make you absolutely crazy and question your reality and think that you are the bad guy. That you might hold on to them out of just guilt, out of just shame and pity, that they will fall apart if you don't help them. They're just helping because you might believe in them. You might see that they have the prerequisite skills and talents and abilities to be self-sustaining if it wasn't just for this clear lack of confidence and support that's just been missing, because everybody's used and taken advantage of them. Every single person has, and it's just so sad to see it. So sad to encounter a woman that would just be exploited and used and taken advantage of by every man. And I'm hoping that you're so different, that you would understand, I didn't want to do all those things. It's not my fault. It's because I was traumatized. And that's why I go for these bad men. And then before you know it, you're one of the bad men too. Oh my God, because she's cheating on you. She's driving you crazy, and then all of a sudden you're being destabilized by her, and she's talking to all of your family and friends about your declining mental health. And then she's going to discard you after everything you've done, everything she's put you through, everything you've sacrificed, and everything you've provided. That they are the ultimate users and parasites, because they will suck every last ounce of positive energy out of your body. And then become a victim to you too. The ultimate discard. So be careful. These are the ultimate energy vampires, and they seamlessly conceal themselves in every single walk of life. So just watch out.